We have hit the motherlode for Dragon Ball news. We got everything from Xenoverse 2 updates to a look at the first DLC for Dragon Ball FighterZ and Dragon Ball Super news. So sit back and join me as we take a look at Goku's new Mastered Ultra Instinct form and much more. Let's get it! Hey guys, what's going on? It's your boy DBfanboy here, and we got so much stuff to talk about this morning. Tons and tons of information was given to us. Now, let's not waste any time. Let's get straight into the meat of things. Let's talk about what everybody wants to talk about, and that is Goku's new Mastered Ultra Instinct form. Now, I know right off the bat, I already triggered people by calling this a form, but guess what? According to the Xenoverse 2 scans for this new form, this is what they refer to it. They refer to it as an ultimate form or a peerless form, but either way, they still call it a form. So that should pretty much end the debate of, is Ultra Instinct a form or is it a technique? And people that are still in denial about this, you have to keep in mind that when we first saw Ultra Instinct make its debut, the official name for it was Ultra Instinct Omen, so it was a sign of Ultra Instinct. So that would explain how Whis and Beerus knew that that's what he was doing, that he was just on his way to actually obtaining Ultra Instinct. And we've never seen Ultra Instinct in the show, so technically no one really knew if it was a form or technique, but now we have clarification and we have definitive proof that it is indeed a transformation, which is why Goku's eyes changed to silver whenever he was in his Ultra Instinct Omen form. And real quick, I just want to get in before, now people are complaining that Super Saiyan has too many different color hairs, but this is not a Saiyan form. This is just what Ultra Instinct looks like. So I'm sure if we took another character like Yamcha, for example, and he mastered Ultra Instinct, it would have a very similar look. His hair would spike up a little, just like Goku's did, but he would just have a silverish, whitish tone to him, and his eyes would also turn silver just like Goku's did. So this is not Super Saiyan white. So people need to calm down saying that there's too many different Super Saiyan colors now. There is, but this is not one of them. This is its own form that is separate from a Saiyan form. This is something that anybody can achieve. Granted, it's extremely difficult and we will probably never see anybody unlock it again. I'm just saying theoretically, anybody can achieve this form. So please let's not say that this is Super Saiyan White or Super Saiyan Silver or whatever you want to call it. Just do not compare it to Super Saiyan because it's not. But let's take a look at some of these scans to where we got our first look at this new Mastered Ultra Instinct form. Now right here we have Akira Toriyama's illustration for what he wanted the Mastered Ultra Instinct form to look like. And a lot of people were a little upset about it because they figured this is just Super Saiyan God recolored. And yeah, that might be the case, but I'm sure that this wasn't like a definitive illustration. He was probably just given the color scheme and the general idea of what he wanted the look to look like, because down below we see the anime design, which we can see is just using the same color scheme, and even that is just a recolored form of Ultra Instinct Omen. And thanks to Herms98 over on Twitter, we got a translation of the scan which says, "Finally appearing at last, Son Goku's ultimate form. His body responds to every attack on its own and counterattacks. The time has come to unveil the completed form of Ultra Instinct. Expect great things from this, the strongest Son Goku in history." Now, I can already tell that just the wording in that is already going to cause a lot of debate with a lot of the people in the fandom, because there's still people who are now debating whether Super Saiyan Blue is stronger than Super Saiyan 4 and so on and so on. And with them saying that this is the strongest Goku in history, I mean, you can take that a number of different ways. They could be referring to it in a timeline sense, to where since this technically takes place before GT does, yeah, this would be the strongest Goku in the timeline history. Or you could take it as they mean this is the strongest that they've ever made Goku in the franchise. But either way, that debate is something I don't even want to touch. I'm going to go ahead and leave that up to the power scalers. They'll figure all that out. But my suggestion is just wait until the series is over and see where this goes, because, I mean, there's always the chance that something happens, maybe a wish or something in the tournament, to where none of this even happened. Or they could deem that this power is too great for mortals to have and that they take it away from Goku so that he can't ever unlock this again. So Once again, I think we should just wait before we make any of those crazy arguments, but just don't use this as your ammunition to push your argument for right now at least. But let's talk about the actual look of it. Let's talk about the colors that they decided to go with, the silver look. Now, this is very interesting. I'm not even going to say not a lot. I'm going to say nobody saw this coming really. Everybody just assumed that, that quote unquote limit breaker Goku that we saw way long ago, everyone assumed that that was going to be the mastered Ultra Instinct form, and everyone was curious as to what was going to be different about mastered Ultra Instinct compared to Ultra Instinct Omen that we've seen so much of. But to everyone's surprise, they ended up going with this silver color scheme. Now, Toriyama told us a long time ago that when he first made Super Saiyan Blue that he initially wanted it to be Super Saiyan White. But then it would color clash with the next enemy, which ended up being Merged Zamasu, and so he figured that he would save it for another occasion. Now, I have to be honest, I don't like the look of this new transformation. I think what they were doing with Ultra Instinct Omen was a lot cooler looking, and it was just a lot more creative because, it did something that we weren't used to. It really shook things up because we're so used to powering up and changing forms and this and that. So the fact that you are retaining in your base form and then you just get this aura around you, like that was a lot cooler to me. I don't know, but that's just my opinion. I'm sure that there's going to be a lot of people who love this new transformation, who think it's awesome. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't. I'm just saying my personal opinion. I prefer the way that they were going with Ultra Instinct Omen over what they're doing now. But again, these are just based off the scans. I'm sure once we see it in the actual anime, it's going to look a lot cooler and a lot better than what we're seeing now. So I'm going to hold off a bit on actually, getting too much into the look of this new form until we see it in an episode. Then I can really dig in and really give my full, honest, and true opinion on it. But let's move on to these other scans where we get even more images of this new Mastered Ultra Instinct form. Now here we have what looks like a new figure that they are coming out with of the Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku. And I have to admit, this does look a lot cooler than it does in the rest of these scans. So, I mean, we have a little bit more hope that this is going to turn out to be pretty cool. We also have the image here from Super Dragon Ball Heroes. I don't really know too much about this scan itself, so I can't really give too much information other than here's another picture of Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku. But here we have the scans for the DLC for Xenoverse 2, where we see Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku in the game. And thank you so much to Shonen Games for giving us this beautiful scan and translated on top of that. So I'm not too familiar with Xenoverse 2 actually, so I can't really help you guys out here, but you can read all the information here, or you can go to Shonen Games to check it out. And also you guys can check out Rhymestyle. I'm sure Rhymestyle will cover all of this like extensively. So if you are a big Xenoverse 2 person and you want to know what's coming in that DLC, go check out his videos. I'm sure he's already posted one covering everything. But let's move on to talk about Dragon Ball FighterZ and a look at the first 2 DLC characters for that, which are going to be Broly and Bardock. And again, thank you so much to Shonen Games for giving us this beautiful scan along with the translations. Now, everybody knew that Bardock and Broly were both going to be DLC characters 100%. There's no way they weren't going to include them in the game. These are some of the most popular characters in the franchise. But it was shocking to see that these are the first 2 characters. And a lot of people were wondering if Bardock was going to have a Super Saiyan form in the game, and as you can see here in the scan, he is. One of his moves is going to include a Super Saiyan transformation, so this is going to be pretty freaking awesome. Now, this is a game I actually play. This is something I get really into, so I can kind of, talk about this one a little bit. Now, the scan doesn't really reveal a whole lot of information other than Broly is going to be super overpowered. He's going to be super crazy strong, and Bardock looks like he's going to be a melee character, so you can pause the video or you can go to Shonen Games and check out the scan there. But I mean, there's not really a whole lot to really read into here. It's just giving you little previews of some of their moves and just a little description of how their playstyle is. Now, what's really cool is down here at the bottom, it shows that they actually came out with a guide. Now, I don't know why people are still buying guides. You can just find all this information online, but it's cool for people who want to have a physical copy of these kinds of things. So it's nice to see that they're going to be coming out with that. Also, there's no release date for this DLC as of yet, but As usual, I will make sure to keep you guys posted as we get that kind of information coming in. And finally, the last bit of information that I have for you guys is there will be 2 versions of Dragon Ball Super Manga Volume 5 that's being released in Japan on March 2nd. I'm not really sure what the black one is. I think it might be like a promotional thing, and I'm not even sure if it's going to be a Japan exclusive. So hopefully we can get that here in America as well, because that cover looks pretty freaking awesome. Like, that looks really dope. And I mean, both covers look amazing, but that black one looks extra saucy. But again, not really a whole lot of information. Just know that there are going to be 2 versions out there. So hopefully we'll get a lot more info on that, because I'm really interested on what the difference is going to be between those 2. But yeah, that's all the new breaking new info that we got today. Sorry if I rushed over some things. Please let me know down in the comment section if I missed something or if I didn't go over something well enough for you guys. I really want to make sure that I clarify anything that I might have skipped over. There was just so much information that I was really excited to move from one subject to the next and really, get it out to you guys. But yeah, let me know your guys' thoughts. Let me know what you guys think of the new Mastered Ultra Instinct form. How do you guys feel about this color scheme? Do you guys think that it's an improvement on Ultra Instinct Omen, or do you guys feel that they kind of dropped the ball here? Let me know. Also, leave your comment down below on who you're excited to be using for Dragon Ball FighterZ. Are you guys going to be psyched to be using Bardock, or are you going to be using Broly? Maybe you're going to use both of them. I know me personally, I'm going to be using Broly because I have to admit it, I'm a Broly fanboy. I have been since the beginning. Dude is just a beast. I love it. I'm so excited to be using him in the game. But let me know your guys' thoughts. Also, who do you guys think are going to be the next DLC characters after Bardock and Broly? I mean, the list just goes on and on, but I want to know who you guys think are going to be the next 2 after them. Do you think that they're going to continue with movie characters, or do you think that they might start digging into more super characters to bring into the roster? Anyways, like I said, leave your thoughts down below. Also, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up to show your support, and don't forget to subscribe if you are not already. Don't forget, you guys can also follow me on Twitter and Facebook for even more content. But thank you again so much for watching, and I will catch you guys later.